Number one, how to respond to a text message using your voice. We're going to swipe over to our latest text message and I'm going to select it. I'm going to swipe up and I'm going to tap in the box here that says message. And then if I swipe up and I tap on the microphone, it's going to begin to listen and I can just simply say what I want as my response, just like this. I'm not interested today, but maybe tomorrow. We tap the send button. It's going to input that and automatically send that as a reply. So that's one of the easiest ways to respond to a text message. Number two, how to launch the Gemini Assistant. Well, it's super easy. You're simply going to hold down on the button to the top here, which is your home button, long press it, and Gemini will come up, and then you can begin to ask it whatever it is you want to ask. One of my favorite prompts to ask Gemini, and again, this is a smartwatch thing, is simply setting timers for my laundry. So I'll put the clothes in, I'll see how much time is on there, I'll long press, set timer for 70 minutes. I know it's the most basic and simple thing, but honestly, this thing helps me so much throughout the day because I will put that laundry in there and I will totally forget about it. So this way, I won't forget. And here's the cool thing with the new Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 software. Whenever you set a timer, when you go back to the home screen, it'll actually show you how much time is left on the timer. This is a new feature that's called live updates or real live updates. So now, whenever there's a timer set, it'll let you know how much time is left on your timer. And you can also tap on it if you want to make a change to that timer. Now, this also applies if you're on a phone call. If you're on a phone call, it'll actually show you in this real live update box how long you've been on the call. If you're working out and you go back to the home screen, it'll show you how long you've been working out. So this is just a really cool new way for the watch to communicate to you that there is some type of active timer or something that's counting down on the watch. Number three, how to turn on the water lock mode. And this is great if you're going to get into a pool to swim or if you're just going to get in the shower and you want to keep your watch on. I actually shower with my watch all the time and it's no problem because I turn on this feature. Swipe down from the top of the screen here and swipe to your left and tap on this little water drop. This is your water lock button. Now what this will do is it will lock the touchscreen. So now if I try to touch the screen, it's deactivated. Now guess what? This is a great mode for those of you that have kids or even babies and they see the watch and they want to touch it. The touchscreen is totally unresponsive. The way you turn this off is super easy. Just simply hold down on the home button at the top here for 1 second. It'll make this noise, it actually helps to push any water that might have gotten trapped in the watch. And now the touchscreen is working just fine. Now our next tip is how to ping your phone if your phone is lost. If you're in the same room as your phone but you can't find it, you can simply swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe to your left, swipe again, and then tap on this button in the upper right corner. This is your finder, and this will ping your phone and it will make a noise. Now guess what? This feature is so great because even if your phone is on silent, it will still ping the phone. So it's really great and it has saved me in so many different situations just being able to ping the phone. For our next tip, I want to show you how to turn on the theater mode. If you ever go into a movie theater, there is a special mode that is preset on the watch that will basically dim down the screen for you. So every time you turn your wrist or move your wrist, it won't flash brightly in the theater. So swipe down from the top of the screen. In the upper left corner, tap on this little check. And here you have a sleep mode and a theater mode. And aside from theater mode, if you want to manually turn on the sleep mode, which disables the notifications, you can do it simply right here by just tapping where it says sleep. Now, if you go into the wearable app on your phone, you can make a lot more adjustments using the app. But if you're just using the watch, this is the easiest way to toggle it on and off. For our next tip, I want to show you how to locate your watch if you lose it. Now, disclaimer, do not wait to open this app after you lose your watch. Open it immediately and set it up first so that if you ever lose your watch, all the settings are in place to help you locate it. So you're going to go to the Samsung wearable app and swipe up and go to find my watch. First, at the very top, this will show you a map of where all your Samsung devices are, not just your watch. So I have multiple things paired to it. I have my watch, my phone, I have other phones I'm testing. There's a lot blurred out on the screen. Anywhere where you see a blur, that's where it's showing the address of where that device is currently, sitting, right? So if my watch, for example, was somewhere else, it would show the last known address that you had your watch pinged. Now, let's say your watch is just like, oh, I took it off somewhere in the house. I don't know where it is. The easiest thing to do is just press this button to ring your watch. And this will basically trigger a sound and it'll begin to pulse the watch so you can try to find it. Okay. Even if your watch is on silent, it will still ping so you can hear it. Now, what this will not do, it's not going to turn the watch on if it's off. So that's just know that that's just it is what it is. But it will ring the watch and help you locate where it is. And oftentimes it might have fallen through your couch or you might have put it down in your kitchen and you're in the other room. This is the easiest way to ring your watch and to find it if you are in the same area as your watch. Now, if you left your watch at someone's house and you're at a different address, that's where in the app here it's going to show you the last known address that the watch was. So clearly, if you were at a movie theater, this would show the movie theater address right here on the screen. And clearly, you're not at that address, and you would know, okay, cool. I need to go back to that address to try to track down my watch, because clearly my watch never left that address. Okay. So, important thing, make sure you open this app right now and just accept the terms and conditions so that it can track your watch. If you don't turn this on, you're not going to be able to track it if it gets lost. At best, you'll be able to ping the watch if you left it somewhere in your house, but again, the location features won't be as accurate. All right, this next tip is super fun. I'm going to show you how to watch YouTube videos on your Samsung Galaxy Watch. Okay, first thing we need to do, swipe up and we're going to go to the Samsung browser, which you'll find usually at the bottom of your list here. Tap on the browser, and YouTube is actually bookmarked on the browser. So I can tap on YouTube right here, and it's going to take me to youtube.com. Here it's showing you how to navigate with this with the screen because clearly we're on a really tiny screen. So swiping in is how you show the different pages. So let's hit the X. Now I can tap on the microphone and I can say the name of the video that I want to search just like this. You're going to have to give the microphone permission while using app. How to use Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 for beginners. And super cool, it actually pulled up my Samsung Watch 7 video, and I can now basically tap that video and I can begin to play it right from the watch. Okay, once the video starts playing, if you pause the video and tap, there's a really tiny square to the right here. If I tap on that, it's going to bring it into full screen view. Now, once it's in full screen, I can control the volume of the video by dragging my finger around the edge. So I can raise the volume that way, and I can drag around here to lower the volume because right now it's in that full screen mode. And then I'm going to tap it again, and then I can swipe from the left side in to get out of that full screen. It's a little tricky. It'll take some time to get used to, but um, obviously you may not be using this a ton, but it is a super fun feature. All right, guys, wanted to show you this little charging dock that I use for my desk. Sometimes I'll take my watch off just to have a little break during the day. And I found this really cool 10-in-1 charging stand. It's a wireless charger for my phone. It has a dock at the top that I can charge my watch on, and it's specifically made for Samsung phones. You can also charge your wireless headphones, and there are plugs on the side so you can charge other devices. This is actually one of the most powerful docks that I've ever found because I can actually charge my laptop on it as well because it has a much higher wattage output. Okay, for our next tip, I want to show you some advanced features around the buttons that most people just tend to miss. So when you press this button to the right here, You just press it one time. This normally takes you back to the home screen. So if I'm in, for example, an app, I press that button, I'm going to go back to the home screen. But it has a few more functions that most folks don't even know. One of the functions is when I long press that button, it will launch my Gemini Assistant. And if I double tap the button, it will actually allow me to switch between my apps. So whatever app I was using last, I can double tap, and this will take me right back to that next app. So kind of cool there. This bottom button doesn't do anything fancy. It's a one press to launch your Samsung Pay. Now another cool thing is that you can reprogram that double tap so that it'll launch a different app. So let's go into the settings here. Swipe down, go to your settings, scroll down to buttons and gestures. And then the first option you'll see is home button, double press, and it's set right now to launch your recent apps or to jump between your recent apps, but you can go through this and change it. For example, you can set this so that when you double tap it, it'll go to your exercises, for example, which is a really easy way to get to your, the exercises you normally use that you want to track. You can also have it access the water lock feature, so it'll basically lock down the touchscreen. We went over that earlier in the video, but it'll lock down the touchscreen so that it basically doesn't function. Or you can have it launch any one of these other apps, for example, your camera controller or the Find My. You can swipe through here and find all the other cool things you can link to just double tapping that button. Now you also have, let's go back again. You can change the long press. So right now the long press is what activates the Google Assistant, but same thing, you can also change that. Maybe you want to go back to the Bixby Assistant. You can always switch it just like that, or you can make it so that that long press is going to bring you to the power off menu as well. So a lot of options to customize. Okay, for this next tip, I want to show you something that you're bound to run into at some point, which is how to troubleshoot the watch if when you turn your wrist, it doesn't activate the screen. There's a setting that when you turn it off, when you flick the wrist, the screen won't come on. So what is enabled right now is called the twist to wake feature. Now, when you're in sleep mode, this is turned off. So you might notice when the watch is in sleep mode, when you turn your wrist, it won't show you the time. That's if you've set. You might say, hey, after 10 o'clock, turn on sleep mode. But when that's on, the screen is not going to keep activating when you turn your wrist because it's going to assume you're sleeping. So what you're going to do is swipe down from the top of the screen and go to the settings. And you'll want to go to display and swipe up and go to raised wrist to wake. Now, I just want to show you when this is turned off, this is what happens when your watch goes to sleep and you turn your wrist. It won't activate the clock and you won't be able to see it. You'll have to tap the screen twice in order to wake up the watch. So if you ever run into that feature where you're like, gosh, I'm turning my wrist, but the screen isn't coming on, it's because you might have turned this off or you might be in the sleep mode. So we're just going to turn this back on, raised wrist to wake. Here we go. And now it's asleep and it's awake. So that's a good one to just keep in the back of your hat because you may not be experiencing it now, but you will experience it later. Now, next we're going to go into the gestures. Now, most folks don't have this enabled by default, so let's check to see if we have it turned on, and then we'll go over some of the things you can do with the gestures. Swipe down again, go to your settings. From here, go up to buttons and gestures. And here, so we already talked about the double press and the long press. Now, this is the gesture section. Now, see, as you notice, it was turned off on my watch. So let's turn it on. The first one is the double pinch gesture. So I'm going to turn this on. And the shake gesture and the knock knock gesture. Okay, so now that you're on the home screen, here is the gesture. This is the double pinch. This is your pointer finger or index finger and your thumb doing this. That's the gesture. So, for example, when I'm on the home screen and I do a double press, it's going to automatically bring up my what is called the now bar, and this will show me all the notifications that are coming through my phone. Now, there's a bunch of other times when you'll use this gesture. One of the really cool ones is to take a picture. So if you're in the camera controller right here, you can actually use that double press. Let's turn this on. Okay, so here's my phone, and I can use that double pinch gesture like this to take a picture. And it actually triggered the timer, which is really cool. So imagine you setting this up for a group shot, double pinch, and it'll automatically take a picture for you. Obviously, you can use the watch, but you don't want to be looking down at the watch trying to hit the button while you're also looking at the camera trying to smile. So, this gesture is really helpful, just being able to activate it that way. It'll also work for capturing videos as well. So, those are some of the things that are programmed with the double pinch. Now, the other gesture is the shake gesture, which is like this. And what that gesture does is it will dismiss notifications. So if you, for example, if you get a text message and you're looking at your watch, you can do the double shake to make the gesture go away. It will also work if you are getting a phone call and you don't want to answer it. You don't have to press the decline button on the phone. You can simply shake your wrist twice and it will decline the call for you. So that's another really helpful way to use that shake. And again, there's more things that it does, but those are the main ones that you'll run into the most. So let's go down there one more time. The third gesture is the knock knock gesture. Now, this is actually balling up your fist and knocking twice like you're knocking on a door. And see, I just did the gesture and it launched my exercises. Let me show you again. I'm just doing this, two knocks, and it will automatically launch my exercise tracker. And I can select the exercise and then I can start the workout. So, super cool feature right there. And again, I'm just grazing the surface. These gestures do a lot more, but go into that setting and play around with it so you can see some of the ways you can change what those gestures launch. For example, the knock knock, you can change that and have it launch another app if you want to. You just have to go back into the settings, buttons and gestures, go down to knock knock, and then you can just select a different option, open stopwatch. You can have it turn on the flashlight, which is super helpful. So go through there and figure out what makes the most sense for you. You can also have it launch a specific app as well. As a reminder, if you're getting value out of the video, make sure you bump that like button down below. It's the smallest way you can say thank you. It costs you nothing, but it means so much to us, and it will help to let YouTube know that you like the video, and it will help them to push it out to more people. Okay, we have two more really cool things to show you. The first one is going to be how do we turn on this sleep mode? So you can manually turn it on, especially if you don't want your watch to keep, lighting up and, making your room bright. Maybe you're trying to go to sleep and you would just prefer it just not always turn on when you turn your wrist. By swiping down from the top of the screen and tapping on this first button in the upper left corner, you can manually turn on the sleep mode right here, and this is going to dim down your screen. You'll still be able to see the time, but it'll be much dimmer, and it'll actually show on the screen what your timer is for, excuse me, not the timer, it'll show what alarm you have set for the next day. So, super helpful. If you do press the button on the side, that's how you can see the time. You can also turn it off right from the screen as well. Okay, for our very last tip, I want to show you how to make sure this very important feature is enabled. This feature is called the workout tracking. Now, if you forget to, tell your watch, hey, I'm going for a walk, I'm going for a run, it will auto detect your workout if you work out for longer than 10 minutes. So, but you have to make sure this feature is enabled. So let's go ahead and swipe down and let's go to that feature. We're going to go to the settings, swipe down, and the swipe down doesn't want to work for me, but that's okay. All right, we'll go to settings and we're going to go up to health. And then we're going to go up to activities to detect. So right now there's a list: walking, running, biking, elliptical trainer, rowing machine, pool, dynamic workout. So we're going to tap, and here is where all the workouts are enabled. So walking detection, running detection, biking, elliptical trainer, rowing machine, pool, swim, and dynamic workout. So you want to make sure that you check the box for all the important workouts here. So that way, if you ever forget, it'll basically detect your increase in activity, and after 10 minutes, it'll take you right to the workout screen, and from there, you'll see all your tracking data for that workout. Now, in case you didn't know it, if you wanted to just activate that manually, if you just want to tell your watch, hey, I'm working out, make sure you track it, you need to go to the Samsung Health app and go to workout, exercise, workout, pick the workout you want to do. I'm going to pick walking. It'll count down a few seconds and then it will begin to track. So, this is what it looks like when you're tracking a workout. Okay. But again, this won't be on the screen if you don't manually activate it. Um, or if you work out for 10 minutes and now that we've verified that our activity tracker is on, then this will make sure that after 10 minutes, it will take you to this screen and it will show you all the stats that have been tracked since you've been working out. All right. So this brings us to the end of our video. I hope you guys did find this helpful. If it was, hit that like button down below. And if you have any other cool tips of things that you use your Watch 8 for, please drop it in the comment section down below. Love to hear some of the cool things that you've discovered that you can do on your watch. If you don't have a Watch 8 and you're considering buying one, small ask if you would buy it through this video. It helps to support the channel. We get a small commission for that, and it helps me to just continue to make quality tech videos for you guys. So I'll link that watch right here and just buy it through there, and it'll take you to Samsung.com and you'll get all the latest trade in deals and the latest pricing as well. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and as always, have a good one.